Boom. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. Samantha Hawkins. Meek Spears. Monique Lee. Philosophy. Queen of the South. Bernadette H. Tina G. Monique Lee. Wilbur McCarthy. Samantha Hawkins. Claudia. Meredith Powell. Cindy C. Fox Hill Dreams. Julianne Gauthier. Susie Brizuela. The Trump Reaper. Corey Lord. Stephanie L. from Florida. Mia to you. Meredith Powell. Geocosmic Valentine. Lee Saunders. Stella Baxter. Valerie G. Jenny Rayner. Laurie Donahue. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Welcome, everyone. Happy Hump Day. I see you, Rose Cologne, Patricia Haverkamp, Zendana Paula Freitas. Did I say Meredith Powell? I got Meredith Powell. Yes, happy Wednesday, everybody. Glad to see you. Hey, there's Studio LB. Good to see you there. So yeah, we got some stuff going on, and I know there are questions abound like, hey, weren't you supposed to have a guest today? We will get into that. But first, let us get into our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
The Brooklyn subway shooter has been apprehended and is in police custody. Another lawbreaker who's currently in the Senate, Mark Meadows, he has been booted from the voter rolls for voter fraud. We have another Ukraine update. Our guessing game today is Name That Sound Effect. Wait, where's my music? There's my music. And last but not least, in today's You Raggedy Bish is none other than the Texas governor who can't be gone too soon, Greg Abbott. Texas, you guys got to get rid of that dude. Get rid of him. Vote him out. Vote him out. All right. So I did promise to explain. I got some splaining to do about what happened to my guest. So let's get into it. So today I was meant to have our friend Nick Knudsen. Just recently learned that is the correct pronunciation of his last name, Nick Knudsen, was supposed to be our guest today. But unfortunately, he has come down with a case of the Rona. The Rona. So I did find out, but I thought he'd be able to still do the show. And just found out, I wouldn't say last minute, but I wish I had known sooner. That I had to, hustle to put together some content for today's show. But in any case, we hope that he recovers fully. We hope that he doesn't suffer too badly. He is vaccinated, as are most of us. I believe, I would like to say all of us. I'm not 100% sure of that. Hey, what's up, Wilbur McCarthy? Let's see, who am I forgetting here? We got her. We got, okay. I think I said hello to, Lisa Hathaway from Cleveland, Ohio. And Wojo Mom. Wojo Mom is here. Diane London is here as well. And Asmila J. Maital Capelli. Ness from Connecticut. Okay. So, yes. Best wishes and get well soon to our friend Nick. And we say a very sad farewell to someone who has brought laughter to so many people for such a long time. Gilbert Gottfried. If you're not familiar with the name, you know the voice. He's got that voice that is unmistakable. He always also has the squinty eye. dude always cracked me up because, it's got to be hard to do that. And fun fact, I learned that was not his default voice. If you spoke to him, if you met him in person, I come to think of it, I think our friend Philosophy might have met Gilbert Gottfried. I'm not 100% sure, but Jonathan Slater is in real life a comedian, so it's a very good chance that he might have met him or worked with him. Melissa McQueen is here also reminding us that he was the voice of the Aflac duck. Aflac. Yeah. And he died relatively young. I think he was 67. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. Yeah. Oh, and Iago, he was the voice of the bird, right, in Aladdin. So sad. Now, what I also did not realize was that he had a slot in the show Hollywood, what the hell is the name? Hollywood Squares. And I did want to share with you something that I just saw, which is funny as hell. Apparently, he had a catchphrase on the Hollywood Squares, and if you don't have a catchphrase, who the hell are you? And his catchphrase was "You fool," and he uncorked it, like a pro. So I just want to share that little bit with you here. Let me see if I can do this. Chrome tab, and here it is. Let's play this.
5 square win here.
Where you going?
Gilbert Gottfried for the win.
Okay. Gilbert, in a poll, 94% of Hungarians, compared to only 46% of Americans, said doing this was necessary to feel fulfilled. Doing what?
See Wayne Newton live. Having a child. I disagree. You fool!
Oh, damn.
This happened first season, too, didn't it? When she heard that Phileas Fogg had done it in 80 days, journalist Nellie Bly beat him by doing it in 72 days. What did she do?
Get through to the cable company.
Okay. So I'm seeing from the comments here that still got the echo thing with the videos. Not all the videos, but with these apparently. But I think I do have a copy of that video. Do I not? Let's see. Let's see. YouTube stories. Do I have that? I do not. I have a different video, but in any case, the guy was very, very funny, and he will be sorely missed. This I thought was an amazing picture that was unearthed, and it features Gilbert Gottfried, Louis Anderson, and Bob Saget, all of whom were comedians that we have lost this year. That's just crazy. It's weird, you know. What's up, Scribbles, my dibbles? I see you there. Welcome to the show. All right, let's keep this moving along with our this day in history. I think I'm going to do that as long as there's something interesting to report to you from something that happened, years ago today. So today is April 13th. Cecile Kazemi, I see you, my friend. There you are. And there's Marty. I see you too. Marty, who else have I missed? I think Jima Bakarub Ubasta. Gima Bakarub Ubasta. Who is that? Is that Matt Meehan? Who the hell is that? And if that's your real name, I apologize. It's kind of funny. And it's Harrison's birthday. Happy birthday to Harrison. That's the cute, adorable little boy that is Lori B's grandson. Yeah? Oh, that's Gavin. Funny guy. Okay. So today, about 1,500 years ago, ish, in the year 837, we had the best view of Halley's Comet in 2,000 years. I don't know how they figured this out, but apparently in the year 837, we had a fantastical view. You could look out of your car window and see Halley's Comet. The car windows, yeah. Back in 1964. Oh, and today is also Susie Brizuela's birthday. She shares a birthday with Harrison. Happy birthday, Susie Brizuela. Susie Brizuela is turning 53, so she's just a spring chicken. She's behind me by a year. Let's see. 1964, April 13th. Sidney Poitier won the Oscar for Best Actor in his performance in Lilies of the Field. And he was the first black actor to achieve that milestone. So once again, and here's another individual we just lost this year. 1980. This is an interesting one. In the year 1980, the United States and its allies boycotted the Summer Olympics in Moscow to protest Russia's invasion of Afghanistan. Does that not sound familiar? They're always invading somebody. God damn. Russia is always invading somebody. Disgusting. So in TV watching stuff, Wifey and I had just started watching a show on HBO called Winning Time: The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. And I gotta say, you guys, this show is fantastic. I love it so much. It's beautiful. Hey, Xander Zork is here. What's up, Xander Zork? And Peter is a boss. is here as well. Let's see. Okay, I think I got everybody. Let's Watcher Soko. I'm not sure if I got you, but if not, there you go. Oh, and Michelle Bookout is here too. Okay. Yeah, so this show is incredible. I'm going to say mainly because of the casting choices they made for, excuse me, some of the players, the characters in this show. And yeah, it's a show basically that goes back to the days when Jerry Buss, played by John C. Reilly, who has surprising depth as an actor. You know, you might recognize him as Will Ferrell's, right-hand man in a lot of comedies, but John C. Reilly has some acting chops, and he puts them to use portraying the Lakers owner, and it shows how he acquired the Lakers, which cost a surprisingly small, meager $65 million back in the day. And it shows the rise to stardom of Magic Johnson. And the guy who plays Magic is a guy named Quincy Isaiah, who you'd swear he's Magic Johnson's like illegitimate, twin brother or something. I mean, he plays him very, very well. And also Adrian Brody is in this as Pat Riley. Those of you who are, diehard Laker fans might remember, Pat Riley's days as the coach of the Lakers when they were Showtime. Showtime Lakers was this fast-paced basketball that was not created by Pat Riley. It was created by another coach, and you get to see that. Here's another funny thing. Do you guys remember this scene from Airplane where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, famous Lakers center, I think he played Roger, what the hell was his name? Roger something. And he's talking to a kid, a fan. Well, this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Winning Times, the show. This is the real Kareem. And they did this in the show. It's very, very clever, Let's see. Trying to see if anybody knew his last name. Ever seen a grown man naked? That was the other guy from Mission Impossible who said that. Okay. So anyway, great show. If you get a chance, check it out. Here's another show. This is on Paramount. This is streaming on the Paramount streaming service. It's called Halo. And if you think it sounds familiar, that's because Halo is based off of a video game. And the video game spawned a movie, and now there is a TV show called Halo. And I'll say this, I've watched 2 episodes, and it's got some very slick graphics, slick special effects. I still don't know what the hell the show is about. But it's actually, it's compelling. It's compelling enough that I will check out another few episodes of this thing. And there are some people living on a planet, and what the hell is the name of the planet? I don't remember the name of the planet, but they want their independence. And these guys, in their military gear, they are Marines, and they are meant to be like the fascist threat to these independent people, and their people get wiped out by these monster-like creatures with mouths that look like fingers, and the Marines show up and blow them away, and stuff happens. It's a cool show. It's cool, even though I couldn't tell you really what is the whole premise of the show, other than the fact that the main guy, Master Chief, is trying to protect the sole survivor of that planet. Kareem was Roger Murdoch. Thank you, Claudia. And wifey, thank you. Madrigal was the name of the planet. Yes, thank you. So yeah, it's a very cool show. It's got some actors you may recognize. Master Chief is played by the guy from Orange is the New Black, Porn Stash from Orange is the New Black. You might recognize him. And there's some other people in this, Bokeem Woodbine and other characters you may recognize. So that's that. Spider-Man. That's why I'm wearing, hold on. That is why I'm wearing this shirt today. I'm wearing my Spidey shirt because I finally got to see a decent version of this movie that is not bootleg. I saw this, back in January, I think, bootleg version. Not great. It was good enough to watch and you could see what was happening, but when I watched this copy, this DVD yesterday, I finally got the legit copy. Boy, did I miss a lot from watching high, quality DVD, quality video. It's a great movie. I really fully enjoy it. And, I've been a Spidey fan my whole life. And I think what makes him so relatable, despite the, aside from the fact that they put him in a mask, and that means that you should be able, anybody can be Spider-Man. You can be black, you could be Latino, you could be white, you could be whatever. And you can imagine, you can visualize yourself as Spider-Man. But aside from that, he deals with so much loss, so much difficulty. Like, he's always getting his ass kicked. And he's powerful. He's fast. He's got Spidey sense, but he's still getting his ass handed to him. And that's what kind of makes him relatable. And Tom Holland is easily my favorite Spidey out of all of them. But for the one or two of you who still have not seen this movie yet, I won't say anything more, but it's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. And I think I got one more. One more show. This is President Obama is starring in his own documentary called Our Great National Parks. And he gets to talk about hippopotamus who surfs in the Atlantic. And it's a great show. You should visit our national parks. I'm going to watch it just because I am an Obama stan. Also, I do like wildlife. Occasionally, I do like watching the David Attenborough, was it National Geographic? It's going to be something like that. So, sign me up. That's Obama. Shit. I'll watch Obama talk about different toilet paper for an hour. I'll watch that. Sure enough. And it looks like a great show. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for our random stuffs. And now it is time for our quick hits. That's my new quieter, softer, kinder quick hits. All right. Top story today, the CDC is extending mask mandates on public transportation for another 15 days, which I think is probably a smart thing to do. It doesn't affect me because I'm not really on public transportation that much, but I think it's wise to do that because the cases are spiking all over the place. Wait, peace. Sorry. So, you need to use 2-ply or greater. Otherwise, you might poke yourself in the asshole. All right. So yeah, if you guys are using public transportation, that means buses, that means trains, that means planes, especially planes. People are still showing their ass on the plane. Unbelievable. You know, they're harassing stewardesses, you know, airline attendants, whatever. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's the very, very least you can do to support your country and to prevent the spread. You know what hurts, what sucks about this whole thing is that it's really the government. Oh, Jen Murphy, thank you so kindly. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the kind donation. Government is really not helping us as in the other folks, the folks who are abiding by the rules. You know, we're not raising a ruckus when somebody asks us to wear a mask because we already got a mask handy. And if we don't, you know, we're like, sorry, I'll get one. I just got it in my car, whatever. You know, they're not helping us because it doesn't seem like there is any kind of consistent narrative for this. And so it makes us, the ones promoting the masks, the ones promoting the vaccine, it makes us look foolish. It makes us, you know, feel like we're going out there and promoting the virtues, the benefits of wearing a mask and getting vaccinated, getting boosted, and then it doesn't seem like it makes any difference whatsoever. And then it's still shit tons of people out there not doing their thing. I don't know what to say, but your boy Ken, welcome, my friend. Better late than never. Glad to have you here. All right. So let's move it. Let's keep it moving. These two chuckleheads are Trumpers who pled guilty for voter fraud. And let's see. Patricia Haverkamp is here. Welcome, Patricia. That damn Karen. Welcome, that damn Karen. Yeah. It's crazy how much of a fuss they all raised, and by they, I mean Trumpers, they all raised about voter fraud, and they're the ones getting busted for voter fraud. Not just the little folks either. This jackass, Mark Meadows, Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, guilty of voter fraud. Not only is he guilty. Not only is he guilty, like North Carolina took him off of the voter rolls because he was busted voting in Virginia. But you can't vote in Virginia and also vote in North Carolina. So, yeah, he's being investigated for that shit. Lock his ass up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Kathleen Cross, glad to see you here too. Kathleen Cross. All right, let's get into our Ukraine update. President Biden called Vladimir Putin's crimes genocide. And, you know, if it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, walks like a duck, guess what? It's a war criminal. It's a genocidal war criminal. And President Biden, he said, I said what I said, God damn it. No, I didn't stutter. He's a freaking war criminal. That's what it said. And President Zelensky definitely appreciated President Biden's choice of words. He thanked him, and he said that President Biden, not former President Trump, but President Biden is a true leader. Yes, he said those words out of his mouth. He said what he said. And this is interesting. Let me blow this one up. So here is a how it started, how it's going of the same guy. It's Viktor Medvedchuk. I don't care if I'm pronouncing it right or not. He is an oligarch from Ukraine, and he is a pro-Moscow, pro-Putin oligarch, Ukrainian. Anyway, look at how high and mighty he is here on the left. He's chilling in front of his fancy painting and whatnot. And there he is. There he is on the right, looking all crispy, looking all like, looking ashy, looking like he needs a whole gallon of moisturizer. Oh yeah, he's busted. There he is with the cuffs on him. And that's a message they're sending to Vladimir Putin, because he's not just any oligarch. No, he is tight with Putin. He is one of Putin's buddies. Yeah. Hey, Ness from Connecticut. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the kind donation. And yeah, he does. Philosophy says he looks like George Bush. I agree. He does look a little bit like Bush. He is the godfather, apparently. He is Putin's godfather. I'm not sure if he's like Putin's godfather or is the godfather to Putin's children. I don't know, but he's tight. He's tight with them. So Zelensky said, we can give him back to you if you give us a few thousand of our soldiers you collect. We can swap. But this is interesting. This is what you call a high value target. They got him. Meanwhile, today, President Biden approved additional military aid for Ukraine to the tune of $750 million. That's a lot of loot, but for defense budgets, that's nothing. It's not even $1 billion. It's not even $1 billion. But considering that it is aid for a foreign country, one of our friends against a major threat, it's a drop in the bucket. It really is a drop in the bucket. So yeah, I hope that that we continue to give him everything he needs. I don't know why we haven't sent him any military planes yet, some jets, some fighters. Send that shit. If we're not going to get into the fight ourselves, and I understand why we're not getting into the fight, because we don't want to fight directly with the other nuclear power, but let's at least give him some planes. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Do that shit. Do it. Do it. All right. Excuse me. That is that for our quick hits, which were not that quick. And it is now time for a timeline, a cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Somebody asked me the other day, I think it might have been Trump Reaper, if I was going to play that whole tune. It's a fun tune. Maybe one of these days. One of these days, maybe I'll play it for you. Oh, when I do one of those impromptu midnight shows. All right, let's see. Oh, this first one, I believe this is from our friend Philosophy. This is a video that shows how everybody is chilling before the boss shows up, and then once the boss shows up, it's all different. That video is very interesting to me because he looks like a regular sized swan when he lands, but as he approaches the camera, it looks like he suddenly just got swole all of a sudden. Just watch it one more time with me. bright? Didn't it just not get all puffy? That thing is massive. All right, here's the next one. I believe this is also a philosophy Scamus Framus. This is called just these birds. This is more birds, and these are just waddling around. I don't know why that's so calming to me. You know, is it the sound of the wind in your ears, right? The wind blowing. Is it these little waddling penguins? I don't know, but that is calming as faheezy. So, philosophy, thank you for that. This next video is cool, but is also vexing as hell. And I showed this to my son, and he swears he knows how this person did this. It's fascinating, and it's mind-boggling. I'm just gonna play it for you. I call this slip sliding away. Okay. How did he do that? First of all, it's a little bit disturbing. I don't think he has any eyebrows. But how did he do that? Let me just play this again. It's puzzling. I've watched this video at least 10 times looking for, I don't know how he did it. I am no closer to unraveling the mystery that is that video. I mean, I don't see any strings. I don't see him sitting at. There's no wheels on his butt. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's fascinating as hell. Fascinating. AKA pixelation, fishing line, then erased out. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of things. Trump Reapers thinks it's stop motion animation that would have taken forever to do that. And it's not even choppy. Mia to you says them floors must be waxed really good. Fox Hill Dreams also believes this is sequence photography. I mean, that would require a lot of patience and discipline. I don't know how they did that. Fishing line. Lori Donahue thinks it was fishing line, then erased out. Philosophy thinks it's clever editing. I think this is the most likely one here. Wilbur McCarthy. We're going to go with this one here. Wilbur McCarthy says, powerful farts. We're going with that one. Powerful farts. Final answer. Okay, let us go ahead and jump into our main topic of the day, which is the Brooklyn subway shooting. Now, I'm sure you didn't need to live in Brooklyn to... Oh, I didn't even notice my lights were out. Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. There we go. Much better. You didn't have to live in Brooklyn to know that there was a shooting on the subway in Brooklyn yesterday. And newsflash, this person, the perpetrator, his name is Frank James. He was apprehended by police, and he was busted by a Crime Stoppers tip line. I don't think I've ever seen anybody busted from Crime Stoppers from the tip line. You always watch the news and you always see that Crime Stoppers. Did I say Frank James? Yeah, you always see that Crime Stoppers tip line. I didn't know anybody actually ever called that and anyone was ever captured from it. But there's a picture of him getting into the subway using his Metro card. The Metro card is how you pay for the subways here. The attack happened at 8:26 a.m. yesterday morning on the N train in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. So Sunset Park, Brooklyn is a diverse area. I've never lived in Sunset Park. I've lived in Flatbush. I've lived in East New York. I've lived in Canarsie. Never lived in Sunset Park. But it's like, it's a hustling and bustling community. It's a lot of people from different countries living in Sunset Park. It's diverse, I'm not sure that he intentionally targeted that community. We don't know actually any answers for why he picked that train stop. The guy is very disturbed. Here he is just getting arrested earlier today. Yeah, they busted his dumbass in Greenwich Village, right off of St. Mark's, or I think on St. Mark's. St. Mark's Place is in the Village. He had just finished going to McDonald's, which I find bizarre. I mean, there's a massive manhunt on for you, but you had to have that Big Mac. Doesn't make any sense. Well, nothing from this story makes any sense. He rented a U-Haul. He came over from Philadelphia. He rented the U-Haul in Philly, and he had a ton more shit with him. He had weapons. He had firepower. He had firecrackers. Explosive devices. I don't want to laugh, but philosophy said busted. God damn you. Oh my God, McBusted. That shit hit me. Yeah, so he drove over and then he stayed in that van overnight, and then he got on the subway. Then he was on the train. He uncorked 2 smoke grenades. So a smoke grenade, it just creates a whole lot of smoke. It's not explosive. It's not incendiary. It does create a lot of smoke. He had a gas mask with him. And then after the car was full of smoke and his visibility was nil, that's when he started shooting. So that also doesn't make any sense. Like, if you actually want to hit somebody, why are you doing that in a smoke-filled car? That doesn't make any sense at all. But, he was just firing blindly. Weird. Then he left behind his credit card and his gun at the scene, along with a bag full of, like, he left all of his shit. The only thing he didn't leave was, like, his driver's license, Crazy. This is a scene, and if you were watching the news yesterday, you might have seen it. You saw scenes of people, frantically exiting the train, and you could see smoke billowing out of the train. You saw some people hobbling, limping off the train because they got shot. There were people who got shot in their knees, shot in their thighs. Amazingly, I would say miraculously, not amazingly, but miraculously, nobody was killed from this attack. That's a miracle. That is a miracle. There were, he fired 33 rounds, and out of those 33 rounds he fired, 23 people were injured, 10 people were hit. But despite the scenes of chaos that you saw yesterday, people were helping each other. You can see somebody here applying pressure. There were to a wound. There were people, tying tourniquets around wounds. This is what New Yorkers do, despite the bad rap we get, from stereotypical portrayal of New Yorkers in movies where, like, hey, I'm walking here. That's old timey. Like, when shit hits the fan, New Yorkers, we step up. We step up and we do what we have to do, for the most part. I'd like to say for the most part. So here's another thing that is confusing. So they were unable to get video of him exiting the train because, excuse me, the camera that is at that location was busted. Apparently, there are 70%, a report I read said 70% of the subways in New York are equipped with these cameras. But a lot of them are not maintained regularly, so they don't even know, like, when you want these things to be working when there is an emergency like this, and I get it, that you can't possibly have 100%. There's something like 10,000 cameras throughout the transit system. But, that's job creation right there. Create some freaking jobs. You guys can afford it. You're charging $275 per ride. So come on now. Come on. It's time. You guys stop stuffing the cash into your pockets and lay some of that cash out for safety measures like this. There's absolutely no reason that 100% of these cameras should not be working 100% of the time. And that camera looks like it came out of the 1970s. Retire that shit and get an updated camera. That looks like a camera from the location with the yellow tape there. I posted this a little while ago because it just occurred to me that when you walk down the street, me personally, I am always looking in people's faces. I want to see who's coming down the street my way for whatever reason. Maybe I know them. Maybe it's a friend I haven't seen in years. Do I want to be really walking down the street? I have to have my face in my phone? No. I like to be able to see my surroundings. They say to be aware is to be alive. I tweeted, excuse me, it's a miracle that anyone spotted the shooter since most people these days are looking at their phones. Am I lying? I'm not lying. Everybody's looking at their phones, even when they shouldn't be, when they're in the car, for crying out loud. When you're at a red light, you're waiting for that light to change. And God damn it, if that person 5 cars up does not hit the accelerator when the light turns from red to green because they're busy looking at their phone. What do? Lean on the horn. Everybody's constantly looking at their phone. So it's amazing. Again, another miracle that this guy was apprehended. So there he is. I don't want to, I'm not trying to make him into some kind of celebrity. He's not. He's a disgusting person. And I can say he's a disgusting person because I've seen at least 2 of his YouTube videos. The guy apparently has a YouTube channel in which he spews a lot of hateful shit. And there is it's almost like not an instinct, but a reflex. You almost want to call this guy disturbed because of how deranged his videos sound. But I don't want to go down that route. I want him to be held accountable for the crimes he committed, the attempted murder he did. And, if people start calling him crazy and unhinged and insane, then he gets off on an insanity defense. I don't want that. There's a picture of the fireworks he carried with him. So apparently, from these fireworks, they were able to track him down because there's there's one vendor that sells all of these things. And that one vendor had records, and he looked back in the records and he looked back to who bought this particular mixture of items from me. And that's how he was able to find the guy. And that's how they identified the suspect. At this time yesterday, he was a person of interest. And then he quickly changed from person of interest to a suspect. And then now his ass is caught. But yeah, here's a snapshot of his of his disgusting videos. Really, really hateful, intolerant, idiot person. Ignorant is what I'd say. He's one of those guys that is ranting about shit that he doesn't understand, that he doesn't know about, but he is 100% convinced that he is right in his ignorance. And he's wrong. I'm intentionally not playing his video for a number of reasons. One, I think some of those videos were pulled off of YouTube, so I don't want to get dinged in the head for putting them on YouTube. And I don't know if he's MAGA or not, but he's very intolerant, at least of interracial relations. He doesn't care for interracial relations. A lot of people were on the news today were talking about what can be done to make subway riders feel safer after this incident. And frankly, look, I've been taking the subway by myself since I was maybe 10 years old, and there's always been the threat of danger on the subway. It's omnipresent. It's always there, whether it's from a fellow passenger or somebody. There's the threat of somebody pushing you onto the subway tracks. Look, if you look in the picture here, right by the train, in the lower left corner of this picture, you see next to the train there is a yellow strip, right? And that yellow strip is a little bit, I wouldn't call it sticky, but it has like texture to it. And that yellow strip is to, like, your last line of defense, giving your feet some traction in case some insane individual pushes you onto the tracks. I think that's what that's there for. Also, so you don't accidentally slip or whatever, but yeah, it's for traction. There's oversized rats on the subway. There's unhinged cops. Okay, if you're a person of color, a cop is not only your savior, he's also your possible assailant too. A track fire, there's an endless list of the perils of riding the subways in New York. And we just kind of get on the subway like, okay, I'll take my chances. $2.75. It's a cheap way. It's the cheapest way to get from point A to point B. And I've been fortunate never to have been shot or stabbed on the subway, but everybody's not as fortunate. That shit happens on the New York City subway every day. What can they do? Well, for starters, they can fix those goddamn cameras. Fix them. Fix all of them. There is absolutely no excuse for one camera to not be functioning properly. You buy them in bulk, you can get a bulk rate discount. Do that shit. Do it. But as of today, people were back on the N train and the R train. That happened on the DNR line. People were back on the trains, handling their business, going to and from work, because, at the end of the day, just like after 9/11, we couldn't, we paused and we took a breath, but at the end of the day, you can't let shit like this stop you from living, stop you from doing what you got to do. You can't live in fear, because then the terrorists win. And surprisingly, they're not calling this an act of terror. They're not calling it a terror act, which I'm surprised by, because, it's got all the elements of terror. I don't know what it's missing. Maybe he didn't have, a manifesto. Is that what they need? They need a manifesto to call it a terrorist? Some kind of political agenda. You can look at the collection of his YouTube videos and call that his online manifesto if you have to. He should be I think tried as a terrorist, because that shit, that's terror inducing. You uncork 2 smoke grenades and throw them on the floor in a train crowded full of people, and then you start firing, and that's not terror? What the hell? If that's not a terrorist act, what is? Stupid. I'll never understand some of these things. All right. Let's see. Somebody says Scribbles is right. What does Scribble Mudibble say? Oh, he's not Muslim. Yeah. I saw a whole mess of deranged shit on his thing. Trump Reaper says she wishes all mass shooters would get shot themselves. This is interesting. I would have bet money that they were not. In fact, just this morning I was thinking they're not going to take him alive. I didn't think it was even possible to take him in alive. I've told you guys before that I have a brain full of conspiracy theory shit. Like, it's itching to go off on just about everything. On just about everything. You guys don't even know the kind of willpower I have that I'm exercising, because I have a great imagination. I really do. And I can imagine the darkest, most insidious shit you can imagine from our government, whether it's Republican or Democrat in the office. I have the craziest conspiracy theories in my brain. I read this book once by Dean Koontz. and it's called False Memory. You should check it out. It's a very interesting book. False Memory. And there, in one part of the book, there's a psychiatrist who performs hypnosis on people. And some people, in the book, he gives a post-hypnotic suggestion that if he calls them on the phone and says pomegranate, random word, it's a trigger word, that person is then activated. It's like a break glass in case of emergencies. That person is activated to create some kind of, news storm, major event to distract people from whatever is happening. It's crazy. And ever since I read that, I was like, from that moment on, every time there was a mass shooting, I was like, he was activated. Yeah, I keep those thoughts to myself because I don't want to be accused of being a Looney Tunes. But it's a fascinating theory, conspiracy theory or whatever. Anyway, that's enough of that. It is now time for our guessing game. Let's see. Guessing game. Yeah. Thank you. Excuse me. Now, today's guessing game is Name That Sound Effect. You guys have played this with me before. This is like round 3. We played 2 rounds previously. Now, before we do anything, I just need to make sure that you can hear these sound effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the previous thing and just make sure, can you hear this? Yes, very low though. Cindy says very low. Very low. Scribble my dibbles. Okay, let me fix that. How about this? Did you guys hear that okay? Smil and Shay says, sounds like a large spider in the dark. Okay, Cindy C says, winding a clock. Yes, better. Okay, good. Good. All right, let me see. I can turn it up a little bit more. You're probably going to need the volume to be higher so you can do the guessings as good. All right, so, yeah. That's how it's going to go. I'm going to play a sound for you, and you are going to guess what is the sound. None of those were the sounds that we're doing. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the actual playlist here. Okay, here is the first one. Listen closely. Okay. I believe I have seen enough. Okay, so I was looking for turning pages, but I see most of you have said things like, I do see Marty says flipping pages is good, but I think as long as you said paper, we're good. So paper. Chrissy M is right there. Chrissy M is right there at the top. There we go. Take it back, Chrissy. All right. Followed by Nurse Mitch, Meredith Powell, Monique Lee, the Trump Reaper. Scribble my dibbles. Mia to you, Tina G. Corey Lord, My Tau Cabelli, Eddie G. Eddie G says, some type of paper situation. I love that. Asmila J. Marty. Julianne Goutier. Samantha Hawkins. Jen Murphy. Lucy L. Susie Brazuela. Stephanie L. Ness from Connecticut. Patricia Pueyas. Lisa Hathaway said, cats playing in a paper sack. That's interesting. Bernadette H. Claudia. Ness from Connecticut. Lee Saunders. Okay. Wilbur McCarthy. Good job, you guys. Good job. A job. Here is the next one. Okay. I have seen enough. Some of these answers are crazy. Oh, my Lord. We were looking for soda water. Soda water. Let's see. Meredith Powell is at the top. Let's see, followed by Susie Brazuela, Cindy C, Eddie G, but then scribble my dibbles, Chrissy M, Gima Backrub Ubasta, Lee Saunders, Stephanie L, Roger Zoko, Julianne Goutier, the Trump Reaper, Asmila J, Mia to you, but as Meredith Powell said, me after too many beers. Monique Lee. Philosophy says Meek Spees eating chips in an empty field at 3 a.m. That is very specific. Michelle Bookout. Lucy L. Samantha Hawkins. Bernadette H. Mia to you. Got you. Cindy C. Tina G. Wilbur McCarthy says roaches in the walls. Let's see. Valerie G. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's go on to our next one. Let's see your guesses. Got some interesting guesses. Okay, I've seen enough. The answer we were looking for is camera clicks. Camera. And at the top here, we got Cindy C. Congratulations, Cindy C. And she's followed by Chrissy M. Gima Bakrub Ubasta. Susie Brizuela. Claudia. Stephanie L. Ness from Connecticut. Nurse Mitch. Julianne Goutier. Corlard. Wilbur McCarthy. Lee Saunders. Patricia Pueyas. The Trump Reaper. Watcher Suckle. Bernadette H. Mia to you. Scribble my dibbles. Give my back rub you bastards. Samantha Hawkins. Oh, Chrissy M. with the emojis there. That's clever. Jen Murphy. Tina G. Mia to you. Very good, you guys. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Let's get on to our next one. Okay. That should have been enough. I think I've seen enough. Misha Oliver, I see you. Oh, this is clever, Meredith Powell says. I want to play a game because it's the saw, a hand saw. We will accept saw. And at the top here we have Gimma Back Rob You Basta. Gimma Back Rob You Basta. That's Gavin Rutherford, for those of you who didn't know. Chrissy M, Lee Saunders, Bernadette H, Cha-Cha, Meredith Powell, Stephanie L, Valerie G, Cindy C, Tina G, Scribble My Dibbles, Asmila J, Susie Brizuela, Mia to you, Nurse Mitch, Patricia, Lucy L, Kathleen Cross, Watcher Soko, Julianne Goutier, Corlard said Hensaw, very good. Claudia, the Trump Reaper, Samantha Hawkins, Monique Lee, Jen Murphy, Peter is a boss, Eddie G, Patricia Pueyas. Good job, you guys, good job. Very good. Let us move on to the next one. And here we go. This one's not so easy. All right. I believe I have seen enough. Saw some very good guesses here, but only one can be right. We were looking for submarine sonar. And at the top here is none other than Lee Saunders. Well done, Lee. Congratulations. You deserve it. Very good. And she is followed by Kathleen Cross, Claudia, Misha Oliver, Susie Brizuela, Asmila J, Watcher Soko, Eddie G, that's from Connecticut. Okay. And that's it. This one, oh wait, no. Let's see. Yeah, I got Ness from Connecticut. Mia to you. Okay. Let's go on to our next one here. This is like my favorite one. All right, I've seen enough. You guys jumped on this with the quickness. We were looking for microwave. And let's see, who do we have at the top? Looks like we got Eddie G at the top with microwave. Good job, Eddie G. Good job. Followed by Michelle Bookout, Cha-Cha, The Trump Reaper, Claudia, Meredith Powell, Tina G, Gima, Bakrub Yubasta, Kimberly Mars, Cindy C, Mia to You, Scribble My Dibbles, Lee Saunders, Misha Oliver, Corey Lord, Watcher Soko. People are still guessing Stapler for some reason. I'm just... let's see. And Julianne Gauthier, Peter is a boss, Lucy L, Valerie G, Samantha Hawkins, Nurse Mitch, Ness from Connecticut, Bernadette H, Mike Capelli. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, let's jump over to our next one. Let's see, what is the next one here? Oh, yeah. It's good. It's a good one. I can't tell you how much I hate that noise. I'm sure you guys have heard enough of that. God damn it. Let's see. Normally I would have background music playing, but I think the whole focus of this has to be on the sound that I'm playing. So I think I've seen enough. The answer we are looking for is a mobile phone vibrate. And let's see. Trump Reaper guessed Stapler for 3 sounds. Let's see. Okay. Look at Gima Backrub once again, correctly guessing at the top. Good job, Gavin Rutherford. Followed by Lee Saunders, The Trump Reaper, Nurse Mitch, Cindy C, Ness from Connecticut, Eddie G, Watcher Soko, Mia to You. You know what? Philosophy. He said vibrator. It could be used for that, I suppose. It's complicated, though. Susie Brizuela, Lucy L, Bernadette H, Cha-Cha, Julianne Gauthier, Meredith Powell, Asmila J, Monique Lee, Tina G, Wilbur McCarthy, Samantha Hawkins, Corey Lord, Misha Oliver. Lisa Hathaway is right there with you, Philosophy. Phone alarm vibrating, my Capelli. Okay. Good job, you guys. Good job. Very good. Let's jump over to the next one. Oh, this is a good one. This one's a very good one. Let's see if anyone guesses this. This one, you have to hear the whole thing, including this. Okay. I think I've seen enough. That one, not easy. But gettable if you listen to the whole thing. We're looking for an old elevator, old-timey. As Michelle Bookout says, the kind of elevator with the gate. That is correct. And let's see, who was the first person to guess elevator? Oh, look at this. We got Marty at the top with elevator. That's very good. Congratulate yourself. Congratulations to you and to your family and to your neighbors and to your dog and to the people that you see on the street as you walk by and you don't say anything to them. Congratulations to all of those people. Let's see. This one was tricky. Tricky guy. There we go. Gima Backrub Yobasta says lift, and I think Lee Saunders was explaining to me that that is how you guys say elevator, lift. Cha-cha. Michelle Bookout. Cindy C. Lucy L. Misha Oliver says old time elevator. Ness from Connecticut. Samantha Hawkins, old school elevator. The Trump Report, Lee Saunders, Wilbur McCarthy, Susie Brizuela, Kathleen Cross, Maita Cabelli, and Michelle Bookout. There we go. Asmila J. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And Laurie Donahue. Very good, you guys. Very, very good. That one was tricky. All right, let's do the next one here. Let's see. Here we go. That one, I'm sure you all found extremely challenging. The most difficult one to date thus far. I've seen enough. I've seen it enough. We were looking for pig. Now, I see Lucy L. said pug. It's very close. We're going to give it to you. Because I see the proximity of the letter U to the letter I. They're right next door neighbors. And there's no pug that sounds like a pig. So I'm guessing you meant the pig. Followed by Cindy C., Meredith Powell, Lee Saunders, Gima Backrub Yubasta, Misha Oliver, the Trump Reaper, Watcher Soko, Cha-Cha, Susie Brizuela, Mia Mia to you, Eddie G, Lucy L, Nurse Mitch, Tina G, Julianne Goutier, Valerie G, Bernadette H, Kathleen Cross, Peter is a Boss, Asmila J, Claudia, Wilbur McCarthy, Ness from Connecticut, Maita Cabelli, the Trump Reaper says Derek Chauvin. We will accept that as an answer too. Samantha Hawkins. Good job, you guys. Good job. Very good. Okay, here is the next and final one. Next and final. I'm just looking at all your answers here. Very interesting. I've seen enough. Now, wait, what's happening here? I'm not going to say that this one was easy, because it definitely was not. It's not easy. But we were looking for rain on pavement. Rain on pavement. And you know, it's funny. I do specifically put the text on these pictures for the most part, just to make sure you guys know. Excuse me. I'm not just pulling these things out of my ass when I reveal the answer. So let's see. Some came very close, right? See, Cindy C says rain off a roof. That's close. She did say rain. Rain off a roof. That's close enough. I'm going to give it right at the top there, Cindy C. I'm giving it to you at the top there. And then after that, we have some people saying water, but it's not rain. You see, it's not rain. You at least need to say the rain part. We see some people say, like Trump people said, dude peeing, which I love. A lot of people thought this was bacon or fire. Lisa Hathaway says rain. Valerie G, rain. Mia to you, rain. Misha Oliver hedged her bets. She said fire and rain. Let's see. Fountain. No. Wilbur McCarthy says fire on a maggot. Okay. Trump Reaper says she lives in Long Beach. What on earth is rain? That's clever. That's clever. Okay. Good job, you guys. Sorry, I didn't think that one was going to be the hardest one, but it turns out it was one of the more challenging ones there. Thank you for playing this game. Name that sound effect with me. And we have one more fish to fry, and that is the You Raggedy Bish.
You Raggedy Bish.
Today's You Raggedy Fish is none other than none other than the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott. And yeah, we've complained about him on this show quite a few other times, primarily for his abortion shenanigans. But now he's like, dude, man, you're the governor. Like, you were hired, you were elected to provide real solutions for people, not to play games and do performative stunts. And this is precisely what he is doing. Case in point, today, prior to today, he was threatening to send over a bunch of illegal immigrants on buses to Washington, D.C. And that is what he did. What does he accomplish with this stunt, this publicity stunt? I don't know. But, he had Fox News. People were right there ready for the bus to arrive. Just Fox News. Only Fox News was there. That's how you know it was a stunt.
Getting off has this manila envelope.
Why wouldn't everyone go? Get this, there's caravans right now queuing up in Honduras en route to our country because Title 50, look, I'm glad they have some friends, because Title 42 is about to evaporate on May 23rd. This is outrageous. Think about all of the places in our country where we could be using this money. Instead, we're financing illegals to come into our country and then go possibly on to our social services.
They're wearing some sort of a bracelet that has their information on it?
No, it looks like the office. What is interesting is, as they come off the bus, they're embracing these people. I think the people in the dark brown shirts could be members of Texas law enforcement or chaperones who escorted these people to our nation's
Long
capital. And they do appear to be taking a picture of something that man is holding up.
There's only 36, so it is somewhat of just an idea of what's going to be happening. The question is there any system? Because if
So, yeah, it obviously sounds like the Fox News geniuses are jockeying to say the most ridiculous, the most stupid thing that they can say about that situation. That doesn't solve, if you want to solve immigration, you have to get Congress involved. You have to get Congress involved and have legislation, and it's got to be bipartisan. That is the only way immigration thing is going to get done. And my previous guest on the show, John Fugelsang, made an excellent point, is that, you're not going to solve immigration as long as you have employers here who are willing to hire illegal immigrants at like dirt cheap, rock bottom prices. And, that's a whole system. That's a whole system that's in place. And you will have some very angry white business owners who will pitch a fit if they can't have their cheap labor anymore. So, they're perfectly fine with thousands and millions of people coming through the border to work for them for nothing. And then out of the other side of their mouth, they'll complain about it and say, this is horrendous. Just come around the back and we'll pay off the books there. And then the other publicity stunt that he's pulling is with the supply chain. So there are trucks, hundreds and hundreds of trucks waiting to come in to America, and they're being held up because this asshole has decided that a good use of his time would be to create a bottleneck, yet another bottleneck, where each one of these trucks has to be checked again. It's unnecessary, it's redundant, and it's causing a bottleneck. And this bottleneck is causing people, oh, you know what? I just tweeted out a video prior to this show, and let me see if I can get that video up here. Let's see, share screen. We're gonna go to this. Oh wait, I can't do that. Cancel. Never mind. Anyway, on my page, there's a video of a guy who is talking specifically about this thing where the Republicans are trying to drive up inflation. And this stunt is instrumental in driving up inflation. If you really want to help out your fellow Texan, then help them out. Don't do shit like this to throw a monkey wrench in the whole system. Here's a statement by Jen Psaki. She says, Governor Abbott's unnecessary and redundant inspections of trucks transiting ports of entry between Texas and Mexico are causing significant disruptions to the food and automobile supply chains, delaying manufacturing, impacting jobs, and raising prices for families in Texas and across the country. Local businesses and trade associations are calling on Governor Abbott to reverse this decision because trucks are facing lengthy delays exceeding 5 hours at some border crossings, and commercial traffic has dropped by as much as 60%. The continuous flow of legitimate trade and travel and CBP's ability to do its job should not be obstructed. Governor Abbott's actions are impacting people's jobs and the livelihoods of hardworking American families. Seriously, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? A governor cannot do his own executive actions to affect interstate commerce. That's a federal thing. It's federal. You're messing with people's jobs. You're messing with people's supplies, and you're messing with inflation. That should be illegal. Shell Teresa, welcome. You made it just in time. Yes, Susie Briswell says GQP is cheering on the inflation. Watcher Soko says Republicans decided they will run on inflation, so this is Abbott's contribution. See, GQP's whole platform is don't let Dems win anything, no matter what, no matter who it could help. Watcher Soko, mainstream media is not talking about this. However, they're talking inflation nonstop. You know, it's funny. My topic for today was originally going to be on inflation, specifically about what the media is covering and what they're not covering, because it is a big issue. It is a huge issue. I also did not like President Biden and Jen Psaki's calling it Putin's price hike, because it doesn't come across as genuine. It's not genuine. There's other reasons why we're dealing with inflation. It's not just America. It's the entire world. And COVID was the main reason. I'm not going to get into it now. I'm going to save it for when I actually do the inflation bit on the show. But yeah, that's my 10 cents here. Lee Saunders says, to be honest, inflation is huge here now. It's everywhere, not just U.S. Price of milk went up 50% 2 days ago. And absolutely agree with you. That's not President Biden's fault. It's because COVID, whatever. We'll get into it at some point. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for another wonderful episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dad. And if you have not yet gotten your shot, please do so. Seriously, get the booster, get the shot, get the booster. Do what you got to do, because, our people are getting it all around. President Biden President Obama had it. Jen Psaki had it. Nancy Pelosi, you name it, they're all getting it. So get your shot. And probably want to wear a mask. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening. And Laurie Donahue, no, I have not yet gotten my second booster shot yet. We will get that as soon as we are able to. We're not able to yet. So, yes, I will not see you tomorrow, but I will see you guys Friday. Same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Thank you, Bernadette. Boom. Scribble my dibbles with the question. Do I think Psaki will take over Rachel Maddow's time slot? I do not. I do not. I think she'd be terrific at it, but no, I don't think so. Oh, Julianne Gauthier, thank you so kindly for the kind donation. Wilbur McCarthy says Democrats are getting COVID from unvaccinated Republicans who will not disclose their COVID status. That sounds about right. Stella Baxter says a doctor in South Korea suggested that if you haven't caught COVID-19, that you don't have any friends. Yes, he caught the heat from the internet. That's a good one. Oh, my goodness. Dance emojis. Lee Saunders, Shanghai is in lockdown again, and people are rooting for food there. Oh, my goodness. Rioting. Thank you. All right, you guys. Fun show today. Thank you so much for joining me, but you know it's that time. You need to leave.